This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe, such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kadojo. Welcome back, Adepts, Acolytes, to another episode of Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kadojo.
Hello there.
And today, we are bringing you another character from the the Alliance to Restore the Republic High Command, or, Rebel Alliance High Command. And we just, finished our 4-part long part of Mon Mothma because, oh my god, there is so much to her character, especially with the new added content with, Andor Season 2 and all that stuff. But today we are going to, it's only a 2-parter this time around, and we are going over our favorite Mon Cala, Admiral Ackbar. So, it's a trap! At the very end in Return of the Jedi. Yeah, that's him. That's Admiral Ackbar. So now to get into his early life, which we know very little about, Gale Ackbar, which yes, he does have a first name, was born on the aquatic planet of Mon Cala during the final years of the Galactic Republic. Ackbar worked as Coral City's representative on the Calamari Council. Eventually, he enlisted into military service to the Mon Calamari Guard, which was tasked with protecting Mon Cala's monarchs and dignitaries. Ackbar eventually worked his way up through the ranks of the Guard and became its captain. Therefore, he also became the chief military advisor to the leader of the ocean world. So
I
right
guess
off the bat...
rank,
Oh, go on.
I guess the rank of major colonels and generals just don't exist on planetary levels, because if a captain's
captain's
advisor
captain's like the highest UEC
for a planetary.
Yeah. And then when you get to the military is where where those other ranks come into play.
Yeah. It's interesting to see him start off in politics, though.
Right, because you never thought of this. I mean, so we were first obviously introduced into Admiral Ackbar. I mean, we first see him in what? Was it
Return of the Jedi? Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was his first appearance. And, we don't really see him again, and surprisingly, until Clone Wars, which we're about to get into, which is so interesting.
He wasn't even Rogue One. That was the other Mon Cala.
Yep.
That was the other one.
Yep. So one character, and it makes a huge difference. Like he was originally just kind of like a side character. He does that one-liner, "It's a trap" in Return of the Jedi, and that's pretty much it. That became so integral. It's like, all right, cool. We're going to use this character going forward.
Yep.
So getting into the Clone Wars, so King Yas Colina ruled Mon Cala during the Clone Wars. Between the Confederacy of Independent Systems and the Galactic Republic, the war subsequently came to Mon Cala when separatist Riff Tamson secretly assassinated Colina, which was left a shocking crime that threatened to provoke a civil war on the planet. Members of the Quarian Isolation League, which was led by Chieftain Nosori pushed for a Quarian to take the throne instead of the current heir, the young Prince Lee Char.
Now, is Rift Singh the shark guy? Yeah, he's the shark guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's
Is he a native of that world?
I
No.
don't think so.
No. Okay.
He is species is
There are a lot of
Kakarodon?
yeah. There are a lot of aquatic
Carcoris.
creatures in Star Wars, but you
Yes.
only see Mon Cala as the aquatic world. That
Yes. Well, I think we see
There's
another one. No.
yeah.
I think we
Yeah,
do see
and
another one.
SWTOR,
Well, there's
KOTOR
Kamino,
2.
obviously.
Well,
but we don't
KOTOR
see under
2. Mana?
Manon.
Manan. That's another one.
That's in KOTOR 1.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah, that's KOTOR 1 and Star Wars: The Old Republic both have Manon.
Yeah.
But and the Quarians are like the squid head guys. So for anybody that didn't realize that. So Ackbar, as the captain of the Mon Cali Knights, became Lee Char's protector and his chief military protector. In the Calamari capital, a meeting was soon to be held where Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker and Senator Padme Amidala of Naboo attended as representatives to the Republic.
Wasn't Jar Jar Binks part of this?
Yes, I believe he was.
Yeah, because he was
I'm pretty sure he was. I think
because he was aquatic.
Yeah.
So they wanted to bring an aquatic
species. So, however, the Quarians' isolationists ensured that Tamsin, one of the Count Dooku's many separatist enforcers, was present as well. The Quarian dignitaries voiced that they did not want Lee Char as the king because he was too young and inexperienced. As the debates went on and what the Quarian did want become clear, a Quarian king, not another Mon Calamari ruler.
Now, do the Quarrens and Mon Cala both reside on here?
Mon Cali, yes.
Okay, so they're both native species.
Correct. I believe. Let me double check that. I believe so. Mon Cali, I know how. Yeah, Mon Cala. Yeah, Quarians are part of Mon Cala.
Okay.
So,
because that would be a reasonable request.
Oh, absolutely. If they weren't natives, and it's like, well, you don't have the right. But no, they're natives. So, Lee Char assured that the Quarian that he was dedicated to serving both races in a mutually beneficial way. Tamsin, however, ordered him to cease speaking as he had not earned the right. Ackbar rushed in and reminded the Carcadon. I was right. That he said had no say, as he was just an observer for the Confederacy. Recent then said the Quarian, their argument not agreed to, were done with the negotiations and exited. So obviously, Dooku's servant was up in arms and was like, well, you don't have a right. Well, you don't have a right because you're an outsider. Shut up.
Fight. That's basically what he's doing. He wanted to bring war.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and also think Megalodon, but Carcadon.
Oh, okay. Got it. So Ackbar, Skywalker, and Amidala reported the Jedi Council, specifically Jedi Master Yoda, aboard a Republic frigate, where Ackbar informed the Council that a civil war on Mon Cala was inevitable. Yoda, therefore, in order to keep Mon Cala aligned with the Republic, dispatched a company of clone scuba troopers, Jedi Kit Fisto, and Skywalker's Padawan Ahsoka Tano, to bolster the defenses of the Mon Calamari. Ackbar then met with Mon Cala's senator in the Galactic Senate, Mina Tills, who officially assigned Ackbar to protect Lee Char during the forthcoming battle. Ackbar, however, thought it foolhardy to take the prince onto the battlefield as he was too inexperienced in combat, though he gave in, as it was a long-standing tradition for the monarch of Mon Cala to lead the soldiers into battle.
Okay,
so a very medieval-esque style of ruling there.
Yeah, so a lot to unpack here. One, that Mon Cala was part of the Republic and not the Separatists at this point.
Yes.
Two, this is only the second time we see scuba troopers. The first time was in Legends, the Clone Wars cartoon. I can't remember, 2000, 2001? We saw them there.
Something like that.
Yeah, these are the only two times we ever seen scuba troopers ever.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
And and like you said, it's like, wow, there's a king who's actually going on the front lines to fight the battles with the troops.
Mm-hmm.
Not really seen in the Star Wars universe.
Oh God, no! No senator wants to pick up a blaster. They're too
No.
they're too much of a coward to even hold one.
Oh no, my free paycheck. For
Right?
sitting
Yeah.
around and doing nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to vote yes or no. Cool.
Here's my
How most
obligation. Now
senators
give me all
are.
my credits.
Right. So yeah. But what's really interesting here, by the way, is Akbar met Vader.
Yeah. Well, no, he met Anakin Skywalker.
He met Anakin Skywalker before he became Vader, but still,
Vader. Right.
he met the person who then became Vader, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So later, Li Shar addressed the gathered troops, telling them they did not believe the Quarian intended to attack, but before he finished, the Quarian army attacked, along with the Separatist AQ series battle droids led by Tamsin, prompting Ackbar to proclaim, "It's an attack." Ackbar and Skywalker quickly rallied their forces to defend the city, held true to Till's will, and looked the prince in the front of the lines. To the front of the lines.
Now, what's interesting is that
So
later on,
so it's instead of it's a trap, it's an attack.
it's an attack. Now, what's interesting later on is that these buildings that they're fighting around would later become starships. And here's my thinking: it's like,
Yes.
why aren't they starship now? And having blasters fire underwater?
I would say because civilians.
Maybe, but
And
they had plenty of time to evacuate them, though. At this point, I think if they
yeah.
called back to Coruscant, hey, we need troops. The troops get there, and Mon Cal is pretty far out there.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Pretty far out there. So it would probably taken them a day at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh god.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So Ackbar then led the charge into the enemy ranks in order the troops not to let their homeworld fall into the Confederacy. The fighting continued, and soon thereafter, Yoda came through. The Republic's reinforcements arrived. Ackbar moved back to the prince's position, handed him a blaster, telling him to earn the respect of his people. He had to lead the fight. Li Shar, realizing the wisdom in Ackbar's words, began to rally their forces.
Now Ackbar is a good
smart.
Oh yeah, he's a good military leader. He's pretty good tactician. He's got a way with words.
Oh, absolutely. So great.
Yeah, and sorry.
No,
forewarning, this is probably one of the darker arcs in the Clone Wars because you can see it in the water. At the beginning of the episode, the water is nice and clear and blue.
Yeah,
as the series goes on, it gets muddier, it gets darker, it looks like a sewer.
Showcasing a lot of death.
Yeah.
So,
it was dark.
Yeah. So
and this is a kid's show.
Yeah, semi-kid. I'd say semi-kid. Let's be honest. It was more like teenage to young adult because they hit a lot of heavy topics in this show. So many heavy topics. I mean, kids can watch it obviously, but it was a very heavy topic, and difficult topics they went over. So, which was great. So now we're getting into the Civil War of Mon Cala. So the gamble soon paid off when the droids and Quarians retreated to their transports. Ackbar voiced to the Jedi that they had won the first assault. Tills, thinking they had completely defeated the Separatists, told Li Shar to start dictating for the Separatist surrender. Ackbar halted Till's hasty assumptions. The first wave had been beaten, not the battle. However, just then, dozens of massive cyborg hydroid Medusas descended upon the city. The seemingly invincible jellyfish swept their tentacles through the clone troopers and Mon Calamari, electrocuting many.
Like I said, gets dark real quick.
Yeah.
But here's
these are like actual just gigantic jellyfishes.
Yeah. Here's my question. Why not just lead off with these instead of, throwing in your
That's a good
forces.
point. I don't know. I mean, risk of losing them if they. I don't know. That's a good point. No.
It's like World War
So
One tech gets out here.
right. So more droids materialized from behind, and they were outmatched. Ackbar told the prince it was time to retreat. The pair agreed that the caves on the ocean's floor were the safest place, so they fled to the caves. Once there, Li Shar expressed his concerns that his father would have been disappointed in him for his failures and that he would be fallen during the day's events. Ackbar, however, assured the young prince that Corlina would have been proud of his son.
And to be fair to the kid, there
Yeah.
there was nothing he could have done to prevent this. This was a
Oh,
war
absolutely.
Dooku wanted.
This was nothing of his own doing or anything. So he had no blame on any of it. So while regrouping in the caves, the Jedi Council was contacted in order to arrange the deployment of more Republic soldiers. However, before an agreement could be reached, the Council signal was jammed, leaving Ackbar and the others unsure if the Council planned to send reinforcements. Ackbar and Skywalker agreed that it was likely troops would be sent, but Li Shar believed they would arrive too late to do any good against the Confederacy.
Before an agreement could be reached. Hey, we're getting our butts kicked down here. Can you send some more? We would like some reassurances
Right,
first.
right. So dumb. So, taking the lead, Li Shar devised a way to escape the planet, take the Republic frigate on the water surface to Coruscant, the Republic's capital. The plan was agreed on, so the group began to the ascent to the surface. A plethora of enemy troops stood in their path, so Fisto divided the enemy forces and sent down several one-man submersible devilfish to expedite the ascent.
Yeah, Kit Fitzo is in his element in this battle.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, he's an Netamorian, so he can breathe underwater, so it's great for him. And the one-man submersible devilfish is essentially like a
Sort of a scuba
it's like
cart.
it's like a underwater cart that they can use, and it's also a fighter, so it has blasters on it,
Yeah.
which is great. So, however, as they neared the ship, it exploded and the debris rained down over Ackbar and the others. Skywalker told the others to grab onto the debris so it could pull them back down to the ocean floor. Ackbar did so, and as they fell, he voiced that they should split into two teams to better protect the true location of the prince. Li Shar agreed, and Ackbar told him to be careful as he was Mon Calamari's last hope. The prince then went with Tano, Fisto, and clones, while Ackbar's group, Amidala, Skywalker, and Tills planned to disrupt the city's communications, which would prevent Tamsin from knowing the Republic reinforcements were incoming until it was too late for him to mount a proper counterattack.
Yeah, so trying to sabotage the enemy so that way they don't have
Absolutely.
any clue what's going on.
Because, that's the number one plan to do.
Oh, yeah.
Ackbar, Skywalker, and Tills headed to the city's central planetary scanner mast to topple it. Skywalker used the Force to cause it to collapse while Ackbar defended him from aqua droids. The group retreated after the mission succeeded. However, Tamsin correctly deduced that the scanner mass alone had been targeted because Republic reinforcements were forthcoming. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah,
Because,
maybe.
Yeah.
That could have been a safe assumption, but
Oh, yeah.
could have been anything.
Could have been anything, that's true. So therefore, he launched another attack. Ackbar and the others fought the Separatist soldiers in order to keep their attention on them rather than searching for the prince. Ackbar and the others were soon surrounded by Hydroid Medusas, but were saved when the Republic reinforcements arrived. A Venator-class Star Destroyer deployed members of the Gungan Grand Army from Naboo, who, like the Mon Calamari and Quarians, were amphibian.
Yeah, I was trying to... Okay, that's why they were negotiating. Because the closest reinforcements would have been from Naboo.
Yeah, because
AKA the Gungans.
Yeah, because it's mid-rim, if I recall.
Yeah. But
Is Mon Cali... I think that's mid-rim.
No, I think that's like
Mon
close to
Cala.
Outer Rim.
Let me see here. I'm checking. Mon Cala. Mon Calamari sector. Thanks. Oh no, it is. Yeah, it is Outer Rim.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mid Rim.
No, it's Outer Rim, but it's close. It's a weird setup. It's on a major trade hyperspace lane, and then there's another hyperspace lane that branches off from the major one, and it's at the end of it. But it has easy access to the major hyperspace lane, which makes it a
All right, let's
powerhouse.
see if I can. Of course, I can't blow this up. I was
No,
trying
of
to
course
nap,
not.
but it won't let me blow it up. Boo. All right. Well, with that being said,
I can't.
let's take.
uh, Sorry, and can't just say the Gungans are doing work during the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, they're not just sitting by. They're actually,
No.
helping.
Yeah, and they also captured General Grievous, something the
Yeah.
Jedi couldn't even do.
That is true. They
managed
did
to
capture
capture him.
Grievous for a little bit. Held him prisoner for a little bit. Not much, but hey, they did. And something, yeah, exactly. The Jedi weren't able to do. But the Gungans did
Yeah. What's your excuse, Jedi?
it. They don't have one if the Gungans did it. But at that point, let's take a quick mid-break. Thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast instead of doom scrolling? Smart move. Another smart move? Getting help from one of State Farm's 19,000 local agents when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Visible puts the ultimate wireless hack in the palm of your hand. With unlimited 5G wireless data and hotspot designed to keep you connected, powered by Verizon's 5G network. And no contract holding you back. Plans start at $25 a month, or get the premium Visible Plus Pro plan and save $10 on your first month when you use promo code HACK. Make the switch at Visible.com. Terms apply. See Visible.com for details.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything with the podcast. It has nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here we want to thank all our amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can even give us reviews and ratings on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. We're going to out loud next time on the show, which, we don't have any this week, but, that's all right. It happens. I'm trying to see here. What is our star ranking on Spotify? I can't
I
remember.
don't know. I don't use Spotify.
What? You don't?
It did. I tried to use it, and I was like, okay,
we're at
I made
100. We have 115 stars on here, or 115 reviews. So, hey, if you want to get us to 5 more to get us to the 120 mark, that'd be awesome. And then you can also find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check those out. All great fun, all great times. And, yeah, I don't think I have anything else for the mid-break. Do you have anything, like, newsworthy or anything, Dojo?
No, but we are 5 days out from the last High Republic book being released.
Ooh, we are. I completely forgot about that. Yes, we have one more book in the High Republic series. Well, technically there's 2 more after, but that's all Acolyte-based.
Yeah.
Which are in the High Republic, but the High Republic saga that we've been going through with the specific characters from the books.
Yeah. Now, people, I suggest you listen to Phase 2 first, and then Phase 1 and 3.
Yes,
because Phase 1
Phase 2 is a prequel.
Yeah, and I only say this because Phase 1 and 3 are connected, and they got 3 dozen main characters you have to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to do it phase 1 first, and then go to phase 2,
Where
which is
like
set
I didn't,
150
you
years
know,
earlier.
I've been reading them all in order of release. So I did phase 1. I read all of phase 2, which confused the living heck out of me. It was like, I don't know any of these characters. What the hell? And then I realized, oh shit, this is a prequel. It's like, oh, this is a prequel to the phase 1. Oh, I see what they did. Phase 1 is the current timeline. Phase 2 is the prequel timeline. Oh wait, kind of like this, like the order of films, huh?
I understand it's a homage to that, but
Yeah.
do phase 2 first. It'll make your life so much
Oh yeah,
easier.
if you want to read the High Republic novels or listen, because they are all in audiobook, and the audiobooks are really well done. Listen or read to phase 2 first, and then phase 1, and then phase 3, because the timeline will sync up a lot better of what's going on. So, but I have nothing else. Do you have anything else besides that?
Nope, that's all I have.
Cool. Let's get back into more Admiral Ackbar.
Honey, what are you listening to?
Mom!
Your teen might not share everything with you, but teens share everything with each other. And certain everyday behaviors, like sharing food, drinks, or kisses, could mean sharing bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease, known as meningitis. Although meningitis is uncommon, about 1 in 10 who develop it will die. Ask your teen's doctor about missing meningitis vaccinations. Learn more at meningitis.com. Vaccination may not protect all recipients. Sponsored by GSK.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Cats, this ad is for you. Has your human ever called you picky, persnickety, choosy? If so, Perfect Bistro Cat Food is for you. With ingredients like wild-caught tuna and pasture-raised lamb, tantalizing textures, and delectable flavors that meet even the most discerning cat standards. You're not picky, you're just perfectionists. Perfect Bistro, mealtime perfection for every cat. Have your human visit perfectbistro.com.
All right, so now we're at the counterattack. So the Gungans have arrived from, the Gungan Grand Army from Naboo have arrived from the Venator-class Star Destroyer, helping out, the Mon Calamari against the Quarians and Separatists. So the Gungans attacked using their traditional weapons, Boombas and Alatus.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Alatus? I don't know. It looks like almost Atlantis, but it's a lattice. LTL. ATLATLS.
Atlantis?
Alatus? Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Whose plasma-based technologies disable the Hydroid Medusas, droids, and Quarian alike, and freed Ackbar, Tills, and Skywalker, who join the turning tide of the battle. Separatist Trident-class assault ships soon arrived and began spinning, creating a vortex that confused the battlefront and scattered soldiers on both sides. Ackbar grabbed onto Skywalker, swam him to the gunship, and threw him up. Skywalker severed one of the legs with his lightsaber, causing the craft to spin out of control and crash. However, with the surge of forces nullified, the Republic-aligned troops were then taken prisoner by the Separatists.
Yeah, and the Trident-class assault ship is that squid-looking assault carrier that was part of the cloning facility. I can't remember it now. Where the clones come from.
Are you talking about? Oh, like the drill things on Kamino.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about now. They
Kamino.
look like they're like four-legged squid appendage-looking drills.
Yeah, that's a Trident.
And
class.
if anybody remembers Boombas, those are the giant plasma-sized balls that I had in Phantom Menace, and Alatus is the sticks that throw them.
Yeah.
So they put a Boomba in it and they freaking chuck the thing.
Wonder if slingshots would have been better.
I mean, they had slingshots in Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So, Ackbar, his troops, and the clones were taken to a prison camp on the ocean floor, while Tamsin personally interrogated Skywalker, Amidala, and Fisto. Tano and the prince, however, managed to elude capture again, but Li Shar thought to rally the forces. Mon Calamari, Gungan, Clone, Jedi, and even Quarian to altogether overwhelm Tamsin and his droids. He infiltrated the prison camp Ackbar was detained in to ask his guidance. Ackbar and Tills rejoiced when they saw the prince alive, but were confounded when Li Shar explained his daring plan to reunify the citizens of Mon Cala against the separatist invaders.
Okay, at this point, Tamsin, which is the Archidon, the shark guy, has pretty much shoved the Quarian people out of the way, saying, hey, you don't matter anymore. This is now a separatist thing.
Yeah, we're taking this over. We don't care about the Quarians anymore. Shoo.
Yeah.
Or if you get in our way, we kill you. Essentially, that's what he was going to do. So Ackbar was shocked that the prince would ally himself with the people who had killed his father, but Li Shar told Ackbar that he knew for a fact that Tamsin had done so. Tano added that he had seen similar occurrences of Dooku manipulating a planet's people to start a civil war, so the prince said that he would find and show Ree the truth. Ackbar agreed to the prince's noble plan and said he would marshal the Mon Calamari troops for battle. Li Shar also gave the captain his signal of an attack. When a Quarian attacked a separatist, just then a legion of Aqua droids appeared and put the prince under arrest. Li Shar willingly went with his captors in order to confront with Ree and show him the truth.
Now that's a bit daring.
Oh, absolutely. My family's being way too loud. I can hear them and I don't like it. They know I record too, which really ticks me off. So later, Li Shar was sentenced to death by Tamsin and ordered all the prisoners to be taken to the capital to witness the execution. Tamsin's Karkadon enforcers surrounded the prince, while Tamsin read aloud the prince's crimes against the separatist state. Meanwhile, Ackbar and the other prisoners watched from the side. One of Ree's aides materialized and handed Ackbar his baton and informed him that Li Shar's boldness had worked. Ree and the Quarian had agreed to expel the Confederates and reclaim Mon Cala.
And I got idiots out here already setting off fireworks.
On your side? Oh, I don't hear those.
No, it's off in a way that surprised me.
Oh, that's fair. My mic's a little sensitive, so you might hear some background noise of my family. I apologize. So, I know you probably can't hear it, Dojo, but my mic is sensitive enough to where it gets in the background when I do listen back to the recording. It's so annoying. So Ackbar looked across the plaza and nodded to Ree. The Quarian soldiers quietly distributed arms to the clones and troops while Ree swarmed across the plaza, created an ink cloud, and grabbed the prince. Ackbar's troops opened fire on the separatists, and the battle raged once more. Ackbar charged the Aqua droids, leading the battle from his side, while Li Shar proved himself by leading the rest of the forces and killing Tamsin, a fearsome warrior, thereby freeing Mon Cala. Ackbar, the Jedi, and Ree rushed the young prince and congratulated him.
Now that is a good leader, Li Shar, right there. Took matters into his own hands, led by example, took risks.
Absolutely. Great stuff. And then sometime later, Ackbar attended Li Shar's coronation as the king of Mon Cala. Like his father had once done, Ackbar stood on the right of the ceremonial throne, witnessing Ree's pledge of allegiance to the Quarian to King Li Shar, and Li Shar likewise pledged his loyalty to all the people of Mon Cala.
Yep.
See, happy ending. For now.
Right now.
And then we get into now we get into the Imperial era, where the Empire is now taking over. So, in 18 BBY, Akbar held the rank of commander as the chief of security for King Li Shar. During the first year of the Imperial era, Li Shar had come under the influence of a Jedi Padawan named Firan Bar. Bar helped Li Shar define the Empire in the trade negotiations, which garnered the attention of Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine sent Darth Vader to handle the Jedi and had Moff Wilford Tarkin park the sovereign above Mon Cala.
Yeah, now Finbar was a mad Jedi. He was fallen. Yeah, he was basically using Mon Cala for his own purposes.
Yeah, and he was also, this is essentially in the comics, by the way. He doesn't show up anywhere else. This is the Vader comics. So he's not a good Jedi. He's a rogue.
Yeah.
So, as the negotiations in Dax City with Tarkin's ambassador Telva went nowhere, Darth Vader, 3 Inquisitors, and a squad of elite clone troopers arrived at Dax City. Upon their arrival, Ackbar stopped the Inquisitors and demanded their business. The Ninth Sister gave Ackbar an imperial right, legally stopping anyone from bringing any harm to her and her other 2 Inquisitors. Commander Ackbar, thinking it was outrageous, refused to give any ground, even when Darth Vader stepped in. So, oh boy, he met him again.
Now, I wonder how much of Anakin's respect for Ackbar came through Darth Vader.
Very little, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because Ackbar was a good leader on Mon Cala, and I'm sure Anakin admired him and respected him after the events.
Absolutely. As far as Vader does, different story.
Of course, now Vader knows of Ackbar's various tricks, though, at this point.
Right. So Vader told him that he was looking for an enemy of the Empire. Ackbar continued to insist that King Li Shar was involved in a peaceful negotiations, nothing more. However, Telvar's shuttle, which had been taken off nearby, exploded. Vader used this as an excuse, Ackbar of the attack being the fault of Mon Calamari. Above the planet, Tarkin informed Major Rantu and the deployment of landing the craft would commence immediately.
Yeah, the Empire didn't need... Of course, to Bar's defense, the Empire was looking for any excuse to take over Mon Cala. It's a big shipyard world where they develop massive ships. So it would have been on their hit list to get.
Oh, absolutely. So Vader told him that he was looking for an enemy of the Empire. Oh, wait, I already said that. So Vader then took his Inquisitors to find King Li Shar, who he expected would know where the Jedi was. A battle broke out in Dax City. Meanwhile, Li Shar, Ackbar, Radis, and a few other Quarian and Mon Calamari observed how the battle was going. Ackbar reported that the defenders were holding their own, but that the Empire had landed substantial forces all above ground land. He also noted that the Mon Calamari were not at the best above the waves. Li Shar hoped to hold the Imperials until the evacuation was complete, although only 50% of civilians had been moved below water by that point.
Now, Dax City is above water city.
Yes.
And the Mon Calans and Quarians, this is not their environment at all.
No. This is literally used for delegations, for negotiations for other species.
Trade.
Trade and all that stuff. Tourists or anything like that.
Yeah. But
nothing for the actual native species.
But the fact that they're managed to hold off the Empire above the waves is pretty impressive at this point.
Oh, absolutely. So Li Shar then spoke with Governor Tarkin, begging him to withdraw the attack. Tarkin maintained that it was the Mon Calamari who provoked the Empire with the murder of Telvar, and that they would only cease the violence if Li Shar allowed him to investigate, quote unquote. Lishar, knowing that the investigation was closer to an invasion, threatened Tarkin with an aggressive defense. Tarkin warned the king to stop fighting and then ended the call. Yeah, Lishar is not having any of this crap.
Yeah, and the investigation would have been bogus anyway. I have no doubt that the Empire would kill one of their own ambassadors to do it.
Oh, absolutely they would.
I mean, if you watch Rebels,
I think they have.
Kill two. In Rebels, they kill two officers who were screwing up left, right, and center. Then they killed the administrator who was trying to turn to the Rebels at that, and they had no guilt about it.
Nope. I mean, look at episode 2 of Rebels. Agent Callus kicks a stormtrooper off God knows how high of a mining facility where that trooper's dead.
This is Kessel. He kicked him down a Kessel mining shelf.
Yeah, he's dead. He's not alive.
And all he said, "Well, that's embarrassing."
No, he's like, is this your first encounter with a Jedi, sir? And then Callus just kicks him in the head, and he falls to his death. And I was like, oh, okay. So Lishar then got a call with Ackbar and Raddus, instructing that the former to defend the northern hemisphere and the latter the southern. Ackbar inquired what the king would do, and Lishar answered that he planned to make an address to his people. However, just as he signed off with Ackbar and Raddus, Vader and his Inquisitors arrived. Right as Vader began to use the Force to Lishar to get him to real location of the Jedi, many creatures emerged from the sea and destroyed the above-ground cities. The waves produced by this destruction even caused Vader to fall into the sea, and he was not able to respond to Tarkin's comm requests.
Sorry, a little busy down here drowning.
Right. Vader was eventually able to escape the ocean and was rescued by his Inquisitors, although he insisted to them that he never needed a rescue, because he's Vader. Lishar was rescued by a group of Quarian in a submarine. Above the ground, Colonel Burgon reported to Tarkin that they were making progress, but just as Tarkin warned her not to underestimate Raddus, Commander Ackbar and a number of Mon Calamari rode in aquatic vehicles with Ackbar leading the charge, crying out for the king, for Mon Cala. Burgon sent in her TIE fighters. Ackbar waited for the TIEs to get closer and then gave the signal to emerge out of the water.
Yeah, so the Empire has control of the surface at this point, and they're landing troops to go into the sea, and boy, is there a surprise for them.
Oh, yeah. So the vehicle's missiles fired at the TIEs, and Burgon's platform penetrated the shields and destroyed the platform. Ackbar was taken to where Lishar was. Both of them thought Lishar would have died. Ackbar explained that they had been able to take down one of the sky bases, but the Empire would bring more. Lishar told Ackbar they would fight until the Empire withdrew and that he would save his people. Yeah. Ackbar, skeptical of this, asked if it was Lishar's words or the Jedi's. This reminded him of Bar, who, in the meantime, being hunted by Vader and his Inquisitors. Vader, at this point, took his Inquisitors and Purge troopers to confront Bar, who was eventually killed. Raddus was able to launch a group of star cruisers to help evacuate Mon Calamari. The cruisers, which had originally been merchant vessels, had been refitted for combat.
Like I said, surprise!
Right.
I mean, they're literally standing on the wave saying, oh, we got this in the bag. All of a sudden, you got blast coming out from underneath you, just destroying everything. And all of a sudden, 5 Home One vessels just come out and just start blasting everything.
Right. So, nevertheless, the result of the battle ended up being a victory for the Empire. After the invasion, Commander Ackbar fled Mon Cala to serve the rebellion against the Empire, which he did loyally. At some point, Ackbar was enslaved by Grand Moff Tarkin, but later saved by the rebels, and Ackbar was injured in the Battle of Bot's Pity.
Okay, when was he captured? It must have been during comics.
It was one of the comics. I couldn't tell you which one. But yeah, that's what we have for part 1 of Admiral Ackbar. which in part 2 we'll get actually into the Galactic Civil War with the Rebellion and then the New Republic.
Yep.
And then eventual downturn of death.
Downturn of okay.
Yeah, he does die, which kind of sucks. But yeah, that's what we have on Admiral Ackbar on this week's episode. So cool stuff. Yeah. You have anything else for the episode before we sign off?
No, other than, he proved himself during the Civil War, during the Clone Wars.
During the Clone Wars? Yeah.
Words.
Civil War during the Clone Wars?
Yeah. Double war. A war within a war.
Absolutely, yes.
He proved himself a strong commander.
Yes. That he did. So... But, yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank you again for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!